Hi everyone, if you've come to this video through eBay, then you know me as Gentuition. But my real name is Bill. The reason why I'm making this video is that I want to put myself into your place. I figure if I were considering putting out that much money for an electronic book, I would want to see it demonstrated. I would like to see a real person talking about it and seeing the actual product that I would purchase, rather than just the text and some stock photos that are put up on the advertisement on eBay. So this is sort of an experimentation. I'm probably going to sell a lot of my products on eBay this way because I love doing videos and I like communicating to you in this way. So what I want to do with this video is I want to, first of all, give you the whole reason why I got a Kindle in the first place and give you a little demonstration. And then I want to show you my Kindle itself and show you some of the cool features that I've just really enjoyed, and I think you'll like them too. And then what I'd like to do is to show you the instruction manual, which I have downloaded and printed for you, and sort of go through it and give you a sense of how useful it is and how you can use it to get up to speed really fast on using your new Kindle. So let's get to it. Okay, now I'd like to tell you why I bought a Kindle. In the first place, it has to do with the weight of the thing. It's so much lighter than carrying a whole bunch of books around, and I'd like to give you a little demonstration of what I'm doing right now. As you can see, I have a lot of books to carry around. So let's just take a look at all these books. They are rather heavy, and they are very useful, but as I said, very heavy, and you can see them right here as I pan to see them. Okay, now contrast that with all of that plus about 200 more books in this. This is what I got. This is what I like so much. And of course, this is the Kindle. In this case, it's the Kindle One. It's got everything that these books provide plus more, all in this little compact, little tiny electronic gadget. And I have found it is very useful, very light. It's got everything, and it's got a lot of interesting features that I want to explain to you right now. What you get if you win this auction. First thing is, of course, the Kindle itself. It's got a little strap here that helps to keep it closed, and it's really nice. It's a really nice cover. It makes it really easy to carry around, very compact, and it's very light. So you get this, plus you get, of course, the charger for it, which is just, obviously just a typical charger. So you get that with it. And the other thing you get with it is the actual control cable, or excuse me, the USB cable that connects it to the computer. Now this isn't the original USB cable that came with this Kindle, but it works just fine as it is. It's a little bit longer, and it's got these special coils that reduce any kind of interference. So it's really of high quality and is very beneficial. Now my preference in reading a Kindle is not to actually read it in this case. I mean, it's a nice case. It serves for protection, and as I said before, it's got this little strap here to keep it closed, and it's great for carrying it around. But in my case, I prefer not to read it like this. I'm the kind of person that likes a book prop, and I got to thinking, how can I make this thing so I can stand it up while I'm reading, while I'm drinking coffee and eating a muffin at Starbucks or something like that, or anywhere. So what I figured out was, in my briefcase, I'm always carrying a large eraser. So what I did is I said, okay, well, we'll just turn this thing around like this, and I've got one of these great big pink erasers. I put the pink eraser sort of back like this, and sets it right here, and then actually I put the Kindle like this, and then I have my book prop. It seems to work really well, and it's fairly stable, and it's, other than the eraser, that's all I need to begin to read the Kindle. Okay, now I'd like to do a little show and tell of this Kindle. First of all, obviously you got to turn it on, so I will go ahead and turn it around, and you have two little switches here. Now these two switches One has to do with turning the Kindle on itself, and the other one turns on the wireless network. So basically we'll turn both of these things on. Incidentally, my understanding is that the way the Kindle works is through some sort of wireless network that works beyond just having to be in a hotspot. It will work, it uses like a cell phone type wireless network, and if I understand correctly, it has to do something with Sprint, and it's a system called AVDO. It's some technical name for their network. It's also called WhisperNet. Anyway, but that little switch there turns on the wireless, so you're basically connected at this point. Okay, once we got it turned on, let me just show you a few things. It comes on, of course, with its first page here. And now in this case, I have it set to my position in my book here. But this is how it works. This is the basic layout of the Kindle itself. One of the things I like so much about it is that, unlike the Kindle 2, this has this really nice, tactile, intuitive little roller switch here that you can control the cursor movement. It's very intuitive, as I said, and it enables you to select different things. In this case, basically, I'm going to put it at the beginning and select the menu. The menu basically gives the basic navigation of everything on this machine. You can see you can go to a home page, for example, and it will take you to, literally, the home page of the system, and this has got everything you have in it. As you're looking at the home page now, let me be clear in letting you know that I'm going to deregister this Kindle before I send it to you. So you'll get it fresh and completely erased, and it will be ready to start on your own Amazon account. But in my case, for the purposes of this demo, you can see some of the stuff that I have here, which includes news and newspapers and magazines and blogs and clipping. I happen to be reading a thing called Trump University Entrepreneur right now, and so what happens is, what I do is, let me see if I can bring this closer. There, that's a little bit easier to see. There's an interesting little button on the bottom right corner here. That's the text select button. If you push that button, you can see a menu come up here. And on this menu, let's say I wanted to have the real big writing so I could read it while I'm on the Nordic track. So again, you turn the cursor wheel until you select the font size you want, and you push on the cursor wheel to click it, and basically then it changes the size of the text. Okay, now the other thing that I really like about the Kindle, I really like to highlight, and if this was a regular book, I'd have my yellow highlighter and I'd be just highlighting away to capture the significant stuff. In the Kindle, it's a little bit different, but it's pretty cool the way it works. Let's say, for example, I like this paragraph number 9, got some significant things on it, and I want to refer to it later on. So again, I push the little cursor wheel here, and I position it at the top of the section that I want to highlight. I push the button, and this gives me another menu, and on that menu it says Add Highlight, which is right in the middle. I position the cursor. See how intuitive this cursor thing is? It lines up with Add Highlight. I push the button again, and it sets the top point of my highlight position. Now, let's say for whatever reason I want to go all the way down to catch the last part of this little paragraph here. So I push the button again, and basically what it's going to do is it's going to set the lower boundary for my highlighted position, and I've just highlighted it. As you can see, it puts a little box around it, and I can later refer to that and find that highlight whenever I want to. Another thing I like about the Kindle is it has the capability to be able to clip pages for later use and for download when you have the Kindle connected to your computer. And the way that you do that is basically you go down to the menu and you click on the menu, and there is a thing that says, there is a line here, it says Save Page for Clicking. Again, you push the cursor down, line it up to where it says Save Page for Clipping, you push the button, and it has saved the page for later on when you want to use it. And again, later on you can connect your Kindle to your computer and download those clipped pages, notes, and everything else.